And now that we have everything ready, I am going to be drawing, I forgot to tell you this, but it's going to be Superman. You probably knew that by reading the title though, so without further ado, what I'm going to be doing is a circle. That's how I start every single one of my tutorials. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like on this video if you want to see more content. Now that I have my circle, I'm going to be drawing a line through the circle for just a guideline to know how far down his jaw will go, and then just the simple jaw. I think we're gonna shorten it down a little. Now, if you want him to look, your Superman to look like a Henry Cavill Superman, be my guest, but it does not matter what he looks like. And it's always a little hard for probably everybody to get the faces right, so now that we have our jaw, that's like the main thing. That's the guideline for the entire thing. Now, since he's pretty buff, his neck is pretty wide. Nah, it's too wide. So you always make mistakes. It's good because you know that's still too big. So you make mistakes so that you can know. In art, you make mistakes so that you know how to learn from them. Now, I'm just doing the shoulder muscles, I think, and then we're going to end it off. I think I need to make them a bit more broad, though. I don't know, I think it's too late. I think I made this one like a bit too curved. And then under that line, his body should be at least a little bigger than his head, so it looks pretty buff, I guess. So now that we're drawing the chest, under the armpit, I don't know what muscles those are, but it comes under the chest, and then from under there, I think I made mine a bit too buff. Like this line right here, like chooses how buff he's going to be. So the smaller it is, the less curved it is, the less buff your person is going to be. Now, just for a guideline to start the shoulders, we're going to do a circle, then a semicircle on the other side, just to get it all started, make it about maybe a bit smaller than the circle on his head. And then as soon as we finish doing the entire guideline of the body, then we'll go in for the detail on the face by zooming in. Alright, so now, just checking my camera. Okay, so everything's good so far. Now, I'm going to go in on crotch guideline. It's like a piece of underwear. And then out from there, we're going to be doing the legs. Now, this is not going to stay. Just if you think it's weird, it's still kind of almost needed, I guess, just so we know everything is. And then the knees are going to be a circle. And then I think it's calves. Yeah, they come out. And I think I'm just going to cut it off right there so we don't have to do that much detail. Yeah, so do the same on the other side. And then just go over the Just bring it up a little so you can see what I'm doing down here. Yeah, make it on this side a little smaller because his body's facing that way. So this over here will be bigger. Now his calf, make sure it's pretty big because you're looking at it from the side. I forgot I was ending it off right there. And then the shin. Now we just need to do the arms. So for the biceps, they just come out and then come in with a point, and just a little bit on this one. Make it a bit sharp, and it overlaps the under armpit muscles. And then you can just end it off with a curve. And then before we go on anymore, we're going to make sure that these connect good. Everything is to proportion. Shoulders shouldn't go up that much. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Come in with a curve, then come back out, and then go behind it this time, then end it. Now for the forearms, or the elbows, he's just standing, nothing special. So there's like this, my reference just went out. All right, we're good now. This thing, like the piece of the forearm, is kind of just a big curve, and just like that. Now his elbows should be like squared off, I'd say, maybe, and then come in to meet the wrist, and I think I made this curve too much. His wrist could be smaller. And then end it off the forearm like we did with the biceps. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to speed this up like this. Okay, so now that we're back, I'm going to be doing the hands. So just the guideline for the hands, and then we can move on to the face. I'm going to sharpen my pencil before we move on to the face, but all right, so now for the guideline of the hands, he's just going to be doing a fist, so just do something like a fist guideline, I guess. Doesn't need to be that good. It's all kind of messed up right now, just a guideline. It doesn't need to be detailed yet. And yeah, I think I'm gonna zoom in on the face now. Now that I am all zoomed in on the face, I'm going to sharpen my pencil. My pencil sharpener's back there. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Okay, so now that we have all that, I'm going to erase the circle, guidelines, just faint, so we can still see the inside line, which is very, very important. Just re-establishing this. Okay, so gonna bring you in a little closer. Okay, so now that we have everything zoomed in, I'm going to start on a guideline for the nose. So what I'm going to do first is just draw a tiny little line right there. Then under that, we're going to draw the exact same thing, but just a little bit smaller. And now I'm going to actually do the nose, and then I'm going to move on to the rest of the facial features. So just do an opposite, no, the same thing, just follow along. Alright, so now that you have the curves, you're going to come up for the nostrils, just like an upside down L, and then do a little bit of a curvy thing. And now that you have that, I think just do a little bit of it on the other side. Now we can do the hairline, so it's going to be like, just like a cool wave, I guess. Or I think we should do it like that. And then it comes out right here. And then the sideburns. Superman has huge sideburns. So I'm gonna make them like Elvis sideburns. Not fully Elvis sideburns, but close. And then overlap it from the head so it's coming out. And then the guideline for the ears right now is just gonna be lumps, just so we know where everything is. This one's a little higher. Alright, now for the lips. Man lips are a bit difficult. It's actually, I think, female lips are a bit harder because they have all the different shapes. Now just do 2 straight lines out from the curve, and then draw one under it. Make sure it's even on both sides. Right now, that just looks like a line. So do the curve again. Come out with the lines. And then go under. And then you're going to draw one line under there for like the piece under the like the bottom. It means like the bottom lip without actually drawing the bottom lip, so it's kind of cool. And then you can do the chin. Make it a butt chin if you care, or if you want. I'm not saying you have to, but it's just something. Now the eyes, that's always been difficult for me, but just making them symmetrical is kind of difficult. So we're going to draw the lines where the tip of the eyes are going to be. And then what we're going to do is come up, make them a little sharp, and the smaller the eyes, the more realistic it's going to be. But make sure they're still a little accurate on life size. Alright, so since I did the guideline to make them easier to make them symmetrical, this one's a bit too small. So do the guideline. Oh, my picture's going out. Oh, sorry. And then I'm going to come up, come down, then under with a curve. He looks kind of serious right now, but when I add the eyebrows, like, not mad, it'll look better. And the pupils are just little circles for now. You can make them looking straight at you or anywhere. Just make sure that they're both looking the same direction. Then you can just like scribble them in and they'll look like all the little details inside of an eye. And that's kind of like a life hack if you're like really zoomed out from a face and you just want to do it. And then we're going to draw just barely any bags, just an underline. And then for the eyebrows, just draw 2 curves. Superman has really manly eyebrows. So just go like that and then just color them in with some hair detail. I'm just gonna color it in and leave some blank so it looks like it's actual eyebrows, and then do the same on the other side, and that looks good. And then his chin, Henry Cavill has very defined chin like that, I guess. So we're going to do that, and then what we're going to do is, I say we do the ears. So just a curve on top, goes in a tiny bit, then the bottom part. And then same thing on the other side, and then just do a little squiggle design inside. And then I think we do wrinkles on top. No, that makes him look too old. He's only, what, 25? I don't know, 30? Now the hair. It's always been the hardest part for me. no hard part or anything like that. So just do a bunch of stringy separated lines with me, and then that's just for like this part. And then for the sideburns, like the actual thing, they're just going straight down and just separated just the tiniest bit. And then make sure it kind of looks separated from like the actual sideburns. And then what you're going to do is on here, just follow the curve of the hair above it. Like, make it a little curvy. Make sure it's not all that spaced together. And it helps because his hair is black. At least all the Superman's hair has been black. And so it naturally would look black. Like that. That's pretty good. And then the straight down sideburns. So now that we have that, we have the face. Now let's work from top to bottom. So I'm gonna zoom out real quick. Okay, so we are back, and we are going to be starting on, let's just go from the neck. So it's just like it goes down a little, then it curves like that. And then you can double up on it if you want. It's not a necessity. And then the Adam's apple, just the neck muscles, I guess, and just like that. And I guess you can do it however you want. And then we can erase the collarbone guidelines. And then from here, we're just going to actually draw the guidelines for chest. And then just do a little bit like that. And then curve up. And then just draw like 2 or 3 lines for the center of the chest. And then, he has like no fat on his chest, so there's like the muscle lines, I guess. So just do a few of those, and then you can do them out from there too. So arms. Okay, so before we go into the actual suit design, we're going to do all the muscle design. So from here, you can erase this line. Then the muscle before it meets the bicep, it's kind of a triangle, half triangle, I guess. And then the bicep, there's a muscle right here, and then the bicep, it's just big curve. And then here, there's just like 2 muscles together. And then I think those are usually not really shown, so you can do it faintly if you want, or you don't even have to put it. But then the elbow is just like kind of like knees on the other side too. All right, now erase these guidelines and then just patch it up a little. All right, and then the bicep is basically the main arm muscle. The other, and then the triangle, and then both of these, yeah. And that's the arm. That's the muscle pattern. It's really easy as soon as you get the hang of it. And these muscles are usually they're usually curves, but I don't do it like curves. I do it kind of like that, I guess. It's a little weird, but it still looks pretty good. That actually, the one that I just did now kind of looks like bricks. So I'm going to just curve it at the bottom a little. Just overlap it a little. Do it maybe twice, and then you'll be good, all set. I'm doing it up here a little bit more. Yeah, we're gonna be shading in a lot right here, so you can just do that right now. So that's why I don't need to go into too much detail with these. Now, the abs, I'm just going to do like 3 lines like these. And then from here, we're gonna do 6 lines, and just kind of roughly make the shape of each individual ab, or so we're doing the 6-pack or core muscles. And then down here it starts to get a little pointier like that, and then that's basically, yeah, it's really easy to do that. And then down here you can just, we're just going to be shading that in, or you could like extend some muscles out here. Actually, there's going to be like on the waist there's a curved design, but there's actually like bones that show when you're really strong on your hips. So that's what I'm doing. And then down here, I'm just doing the outline of muscles, and then it gets really pointy. Then the calves, and then come out right here, and then come in again, and then do the thighs, knee. I'm going through this really fast for some reason. Yeah. And then there's going to be a lot of wrinkles. So if you're not good at wrinkles, it does not matter. Guess what? I was not either. Alright, so we are back. I just had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're good. Okay, so now, I don't remember where we were. Let's just do the suit details now. So he has like this curve kind of belt. It's like a design on the waist. It's actually really cool. It's like a bunch of curves going down the side. So just keep on doing those. And then down here. Then you only see a little bit of it on this side, but just do all of it anyway. And then from there, it comes down this way, at least I think. That's what I'm doing. So just connect all of them. Since I did so many, I can't even. So just keep on doing that. Alright, so once you have that done, we can now erase the crotch line and just replace it with that. That's it. And then for the leg muscles, you don't have to do that much. Just since he never skips leg day, just do that. And then one this, one here, and then one big one right here. Now for the calf muscle on this leg, you can fully see it. So it's just like that. And then here, it just wraps around the leg. So you only see about that much. Oh, the cape. I can't forget the cape. So just do a bunch of these things. Just do them. I don't know what to call them. So they come out a bit, and then it like connects into, it's like weird. It like goes into the fabric, but it's kind of cool at the same time. And then just do a little bit of scribbling in it to do some wrinkles, and then do the exact same thing on the other side. It's completely random. Bring it down, just like that, and then do the piece of gold. And then scribble it in for shading. Oh, I forgot. I didn't get all that stuff. Okay, there's like an eraser shading under my table, so it was making this weird. It was making a bump in it, and I didn't like it that much. Logo. you can faintly erase all this, but we'll still be able to see it just a little bit through there. Now, take and do a line from the top across, and then come out, and then you bring it into about there. And that's the outline. It's pretty cool. And then, if you didn't know, the Superman's my favorite superhero, so I'm not even looking at a reference. I've just learned how to draw him from scratch. Okay, then right here, just follow, make sure that it's always the same, like these lines, it's always the same distance away from the edge of the thing. All right, and then down here, it comes down like that, and then you pull it down like that. Oh, dang it. Also, what I forgot to do is film an intro for this video, so I'm so sorry, but here it is. So, okay guys, so it's El Guapo. Today I'm going to be filming a YouTube video. Sorry I haven't been posting for a while. I got a new setup though. Lazy arm, lighting, face cam, mic. Yeah, that's about it. But I got a new desk too and a new location. Sorry about the lighting back there, by the way. But it's just a window. All right, so I think we're going on the hands now. Oh, wait, we didn't finish this yet. So do that, and then there's like 2 triangles right here. Do them like that. And then you're going to come out on top and then do a curve following the, making sure you don't hit this thing, and then just curve back down to it. I think I made it too short right here. Sorry if it's shaking. So it comes up, goes down, and around, then into the beginning line. And then just do a bunch of cross-hatching, tiny cross-hatching, and everything that's not in the design that we did just draw. So yeah, it's gonna take a little bit. Just do it lightly, and then go over it again, but the other direction, and that's cross-hatching. Yeah, that's about it, and it gives it a really cool effect. Now, before we go any further, subscribe. I'm just kidding. We need to draw the hands. So the hands have always been the hardest for me. I don't think I've drawn hands in any of my tutorials, so, but it's just like knuckles. I made the first one too big. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the thumb just goes in it, and then you just draw little tiny things. Let's see if I can get that. Just like little V's inside. And then when we go over with the shading, we can, everything that's shadowed will be darker, including this thumb. I just already did it, but same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then come in, come out with the thumb, and shade it in. And V, 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 V. All right, and then the cape, I think we should put in no wind effect, just droop down, a little sad, but it's still his cape. So it just comes out right here, curvy, and then I forgot to draw the line where it gets cut off, and then overlap it, because fabric does that all the time. Shade it a little, and then it comes over like that, and then just do like a bunch of wrinkles like that, I'd say, and then just shade a few of them in, make it look dark because it's shadowed. And now for the knees, just comes out like that, just like that. Pretty sharp actually, it's kind of a mistake. All right, and then we do that, calf muscles, calf muscle, thigh muscle, thigh muscle, some more thigh muscles, a little bit more thigh muscles, a little bit of more thigh muscles. All right, and then since we've done almost every single thing, shade. So just go under it, under all the muscles, go under these muscles, just very lightly, and under the knees, under the thigh muscles, in between here, under the bicep, under the triangle thing especially, under here, I told you that at the beginning of the video, and then under the six-pack, under every single ab, and then you can just bring it out a little, spread it, make it look realistic, and then do under the pecs, do a faint line right here, I forgot to do that with you guys, under the neck, a little bit of wrinkles right there, sorry about that. Oh, I forgot one thing, you know the design right here? Yeah, it's also on the arms. Curves. Doesn't go anywhere else like it did before. But yeah, let's get a quick glamour shot. So I'm going to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you did, make sure to like on this video. If you liked it, make sure to like on this video. And subscribe if you haven't already to El Guapo Me. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the drawing tutorial. See you next time.